Danielle, to quote Luke Bryan, rain makes corn, corn makes whiskey.
Right.
Rain is a good thing.
Rain is good for lots of things.
Yes.
Agreed. Yeah, Luke Bryan, good song. Okay, we have lots of rain in the forecast for us here in Calgary and many communities in southern Alberta. Calgary looking at anywhere from 15 to 35 millimeters. Now, as we talked for today, the story today is the clouds and the wind ahead of this system. Look at that peak gust in Pincher Creek, 104 kilometers per hour. Calgary 46, Lethbridge 50, Medicine Hat 46. So it will continue to be gusty and even gustier tomorrow.
Okay, I saw those dark clouds moving in earlier today. It is a sign of things changing.
Absolutely. So today, the story, the clouds and the wind, as we talked about. And tonight and tomorrow, the story is the heavy rain, the strong winds as well, and much cooler temperatures. So we're looking at about a 10-degree difference in temperature when you compare today to tomorrow. Here's your Capital Chef Skycam. Yes, we talked about those crazy gusts in the Pincher Creek area, 104 kilometers per hour, closer to 50 in areas like Calgary and Medicine Hat right now. We have a little bit of blue out there. That's all going to change for these next 24 hours. And temperatures are reasonable right now. In fact, even still a little above normal in Calgary at 23 degrees. Normal is 21 for a high for this time of year. You can see all that heat in through Brooks and Medicine Hat and Milk River, Lethbridge, but that's all going to change. That colder air is going to start to roll in. Just as you can see, it's already moving in from the northwest. Here's the system that's already moved the clouds in, the wind in, and rain is on the way with this. And there may even be some embedded thunderstorms as well as this tracks through. So at this point, we've just had the cloud cover. We could have a couple isolated showers for the evening, but that should be fairly isolated. The story for us here in Calgary is really for tonight and tomorrow that's when we get into the heavy rain. You can see also the statement. This is a weather statement in place. Red Deer down through Calgary, Claresholm, Lomond, Lethbridge, down to the U.S. border. Heavy rain and strong winds. Yes, for these areas, but also for areas, many other communities, because we are looking at the system hovering over southern Alberta and parts of central Alberta for an entire day. So that can deliver a good amount of rain. Let me give you the timeline here. And for this evening, again, we're looking at just the cloud cover and the wind for Calgary. You can see that what's approaching, though. And this should roll in around the midnight hour, closer to even 2 a.m. is when we'll start to really have that heavy rain pick up in Calgary. And the winds will pick up, too, as this moves through. Snow for the mountaintops. Yeah, I said it. All right. And then the system will just continue to circle over us and deliver rain for the entire day. Tomorrow in Calgary, south of Calgary, again, snow for the mountaintops for the day as well. This should clear out of Calgary around 7, 8, potentially even 9 p.m. tomorrow. So this is a one-day thing. Temperatures will climb after this. This is a look at the higher end amounts that we could expect from this system. So Calgary, anywhere from 15 to 34 millimeters of rain. And that's because some isolated areas in Calgary will see higher amounts because there's embedded thunderstorms possible in this as well. All right, looking at that Capital Chef 5-day forecast, you can see really it is a one-day thing. 14 for a daytime high. It's cold tomorrow, about 10 degrees colder than today. Anywhere from 15 to 35 millimeters of rain, and it will be gusty in the morning. 80 kilometer per hour gusts in Calgary possible, 50 to 70 kilometers per hour in the afternoon. By Thursday, though, mainly sunny, 23 degrees, 26 for Friday, and even by Sunday, the summer's not done with us just yet, 27 degrees. Ian?
Danielle, you were talking about 80 kilometer an hour winds tomorrow?
Possible tomorrow in Calgary.
That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
And when you combine that with the rain, that makes for terrible driving conditions because the rain will be heavy in that as well. So be prepared for a day like that tomorrow. Currently, we are sitting at 23. Today's high, 24. Capital Chef 3-day forecast showing you this is a one-day thing. Be prepared for the cold, the wind, and the rain for tomorrow. But sunshine returns on Thursday, and so will temperatures in the 20s. Ian.
Let's bring Danielle back in now. It is a blustery night and it's starting to get cool.
Yeah, things are cooling down for some communities and it's just starting to filter towards Calgary now. now. So it's 14 in Jasper, just 7 in Banff, and it's 21 in Calgary. So today we got just above normal. Normal is 21. We got to 24 today. So today was still a warmer one, even though not so enjoyable with all these wind gusts that we had out there. As you can see, though, Medicine Hat's still sitting at that 30-degree mark. You can see that colder air, though, starting to filter in through the province, starting in the northwest and filtering down. All right, that's all part of the system that is redeveloping over Alberta and is dragging in that colder air from the north, and it will start to pump it in to the south end of the province, especially by tomorrow. So Calgary, for example, will be 10 degrees colder tomorrow compared to today. We have one little bit of line of thunderstorms here, but this is non-severe. And for Calgary, really the story is tonight through tomorrow when we're looking at the rain, and it will be heavy at times. And that goes for much of the south as well. And I'll show you rainfall totals expected in just a little bit, but you can also see this transitioning right now as these temperatures drop, snow for the mountaintops, and that will be the story for the mountains, the high elevations, tonight and through much of tomorrow as well. So let's first look at what we have in place here. This is a special weather statement issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada, which encompasses Red Deer down to Cardston, over through Lethbridge and almost the Brooks area, and it includes Canmore as well. However, what I do have to say is most areas in the south end are looking at heavy rain, colder temperatures, and very strong wind gusts. 80 km/h gusts possible in Calgary tomorrow, 70 to 80 south of Calgary. All right, here's the timeline on this, and as we get to the midnight hour, that's when this will really start to approach. So likely by about 2 a.m. is when we're looking at the rain, that heavy rain starting to kick into Calgary. And the system will hover over southern and central Alberta for the entire day tomorrow, continuing to deliver snow for the mountaintops and rain for basically anywhere off to the east. So Canmore and east, we're looking at rain heavy at times. Now, it will be out of the way by tomorrow evening for Calgary, but the east will still be dealing with the rain really up and through Thursday morning. All right, when we look at amounts just from now up until 11:30 tomorrow, 11:30 p.m., closer to 30 millimeters possible in Claresholm, Calgary, Cochrane. So you can see the bullseye area right along here is when we're looking at the heaviest amounts of rain. Still a good amount of rain in Lethbridge, for example, about up to 21 millimeters possible. Capital Chev 5-day forecast. This is a one-day thing. 14 degrees for tomorrow, 80 km/h gusts, strong winds, rain, and certainly cool. But then the sun returns on Thursday, and we'll get back into the 20s at 23 degrees. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle.
All right, Capital Chev Skywatch camera. Yes, it's bouncy because it's so windy out there, and it will only get windier, and the rain is just on our doorstep. Some communities it's already rolled in. So let me show you the satellite, the radar in just a moment. But first, you can see temperatures cooling down. Our high was 24, we're now down to 21, and tomorrow will be a much, much cooler day, a windy day, and yes, a rainy day. So a cozy day, as they say. Cozy days are good sometimes, and we do need the rain, absolutely. So you can see we have this wave, first wave just moving in. We have the core of the low that's going to circle over Alberta, central, southern Alberta, really for the entire day tomorrow and even tonight as well. To zoom in to show you Calgary right now, we've had a couple sprinkles, very isolated, but nothing really reported anywhere in the city. The waves yet to come, set to arrive just after midnight for us here in Calgary. You can see a wave already in the southeast part of our province and the eastern part. All right, for tomorrow, these communities have already dealt with a lot of this system, but Fernie should see some residual rainfall in just a high of 12. Edmonton, Rocky Mountain House, Red Deer, and south, we are looking at rain. It will be heavy at times. For Calgary specifically, because there may even be some embedded thunderstorms, some communities will see about 15 millimeters of rain. Other communities could see up to 35 millimeters of rain. I'll show you the totals possible in just a second, but as you can see, yes, it's a cool rainy day. Just a high of 9 for Christmas Pass, Pincher Creek, 10 for Lethbridge, 15 for Medicine Hat, so that's quite a departure. Here's a look at amounts you can expect, and you can see the bullseye area clears home up to Calgary, Cochrane, and even Red Deer over to Hanna. All right, Capital Chev 10-day trend. Yes, cold tomorrow at 14, but we bounce back fast, back into the 20s for Thursday, and will remain in the 20s for the next 9 days.
And thank you very much. Let's take our final peek at the weather because something's coming our way.
It's a cozy day tomorrow, right? The hoodies.
Sweater weather.
If you work at home, the jogging pants, yeah. Because, yeah, it will be cool. Today's high 24, tomorrow's high 14. So significantly different, anywhere from 15 to 35 millimeters of rain. Some isolated pockets of Calgary will get that higher amount because there will be embedded thunderstorms as well. And it will be gusty, up to 80 kilometers per hour. So for your Capital Chef 5-day forecast, as you can see, it's a one-day thing. And then we shape up and we get the sunshine. So we need the rain. Let's get it all in one day. Get the rain buckets and the bowls out there. And then we get back to 23 for Thursday, and we hold on to those 20s. All right, Weather Window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style budget and Alberta's climate. And this was the story today, the clouds and the wind. This is lunch in Edworthy Park, thanks to Marnie Kane. So yes, send some pictures in for tomorrow when you get all that rain. We'd like to see it.
Good idea. Thanks for your company tonight. Have a great evening. For breaking news anytime, go to our website, ctvnewscalgary.ca. See you tomorrow.